This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health. Southwest Florida, welcome to Lee Pitts Live. And where in the world are we? We're at the beautiful Edison Ford Winter Estates, nestled in the heart of the city of Fort Myers on what's called the River District. For those who are looking at us around the country, we're in the southwest quadrant of the state of Florida in a city called Fort Myers. We're going to learn all about this beautiful estate here and how these two pioneers were influential in the Fort Myers area. That's coming up in this show, and we'll get a chance to talk to Lisa Wilson, the Public Relations Director for Edison and Ford Winter Estates. Also in this show, we get a chance to talk to Fred Burson, the Chairman of the Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back.
Sick and tired of sitting in traffic, staring at the back end of the car in front of you? Sick of burning through hundreds of dollars worth of fuel each month? Tired of dishing out more and more money to fix your car just to have it break again? Ride Lee Tran and leave the driving to us. Whether you want to go shopping, go to the beach, or commute to work or school, let Lee Tran get you there. It's just $1.50 per ride. Check Lee Tran's routes, maps, schedules, and discounted rates at rideleetran.com. That's rideleetran.com. Lee Tran, your ride is here.
Servicing Southwest Florida for over 30 years, Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is your leading family-owned and operated air conditioning company. There's no job too big or too small. Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is here for you. We have maintenance contracts and financing. For additional information, visit our website, follow us on social media, or call the office at 239-693-1569.
Remember, no matter what the weather is on the outside, have it your way on the inside.
Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated.
Service you can count on.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Glover, Senior Pastor of Mount Hermon Ministries.
And I'm Pastor Cheryl Glover, First Lady and Business Administrator.
Mount Hermon is a progressive ministry with contemporary praise and worship, life-changing teaching from the Word of God, and opportunities to serve the kingdom of God and our community in tangible ways.
The Dew of Hermon Early Learning Center serves children, infants to 4 years old. Our programs include Early Head Start, VPK, school readiness, and free meals for every child.
For adult learners, join us at Life Christian University, where you can earn an associate, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate degree in several ministry-related fields.
We are Mount Hermon Ministries,
having a redeeming influence in our community. Come join us.
Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. We're here at Edison Ford Winter Estates, and we're so thrilled to welcome our first guest to the show, Lisa Wilson, the Public Relations Director. Welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you for having me today.
All right, let's bump you in. And we're so thrilled to get you here at one of the most popular landmarks here in Southwest Florida. Lisa, what is Edison Ford Winter Estates?
Well, we are actually the historic winter home site for Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. This is where they vacationed many, many years ago. So when visitors come here, they can see the historic homes. There's more than 20 acres of botanic gardens with trees and plants from all over the world. There's a 15,000 square foot museum, and there's the Historic Botanic Research Laboratory that is now a National Historic Chemical Landmark. So we're very proud of that.
You know, when I first moved to the Fort Myers area around 1989, I was not even aware of Edison Ford Estates. Of course, I've visited since that time, and I was just so fascinated about the history of uncommon friends. We hear that term. When we say uncommon friends, what are we talking about?
Well, the friendship between Edison and Ford and even Harvey Firestone.
Right.
So Thomas Edison and Henry Ford met at an electrical convention. They became very good friends. Henry Ford even worked for Edison for a period of time. And then Thomas Edison came down here, purchased some property, built his winter home site, and then Henry Ford purchased the home site next door to him. So they came down here and vacationed together. They were really the first snowbirds in the area.
What are some events that takes place here, and what is this magnificent body of water right behind us?
Well, right behind us is the Caloosahatchee River, and it connects to Lake Okeechobee, and it also connects to the Gulf of Mexico. And this is just a beautiful site. There's many different events that people can come to throughout the year. We have garden festivals, we have Rhythm on the River concerts, we have car shows. There's also some new events for kids that we're going to have coming up in January too.
Okay, as Al is panning and we're looking at the river, there are cruises that come, dinner cruise that comes up and down this river as well, right?
Yes, well, there's Pure Florida that docks right over here at the marina, and visitors to Edison and Ford Winter Estates can also take a cruise with Pure Florida if they would like to.
This is like a great place too to have a wedding and some other things like that. Do you find that the community and people from out of town take advantage of the opportunity to be back here in this historic site?
Absolutely. We are a destination wedding site, and there are people that come from all over the world to have their wedding here in a unique historic location.
Now, people are enjoying looking at various photos that are flashing that kind of show the wide range of things that happen here at Edison Ford Winter Estates. When is there, would you say, is the best time to visit? And can you see everything in one day?
Yes, you can see everything in one day. I recommend allowing a minimum of an hour and a half to see the site, but it really takes even longer if you want to really take your time and stroll through the gardens. Mm-hmm. And as far as the best time of year goes, well, that really depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
If you want to see some lights during the Christmas season is when we decorate for the holidays, but during the summertime, there's actually less visitors here. So if you want to come and have a little more time to yourself, that's a good time. So it really depends on what you're looking for. And there's more events and things that go on during the peak season, which is January through April. So that's a good time as well.
And we're so thrilled to be able to have the television show come and sit here for the next 4 weeks. To show off this magnificent setting. What's it like to have a TV show on location like this?
Well, we're really excited to have you here. This was a great opportunity, and we're very pleased to have you.
There are educational opportunities for adults and children here. Mm-hmm. Speak to that.
We have a lot of educational opportunities. We have a few artists that come and teach visitors how to paint. There's landscape painting. You can create a silk scarf for children. We have summer camp and different school break camps throughout the year. We even have a program called Emerging Inventors, which is for real little kids. They can learn all different things about the gardens and the history of the sites. And also for kids, which is fairly a new piece in our museum, is the Smithsonian Spark Lab. We're only one of 9 museums in the entire country to have the Spark Lab. Mm-hmm. And what's great about it is that kids can be hands-on. They can actually play with the different things and pretend to be an inventor. So normally kids, when they go to a museum, they're told to be quiet and not touch anything. Right. But in the Spark Lab, kids can be kids.
I love it. What are some things that people who have been here before may find that have been added to the whole experience that when they come, they'll be surprised that's here?
Well, one thing that's new is the timeline of innovation. It's a timeline that we've built inside the museum, and it is actually a chronological timeline of Edison's and Ford's inventions. And then, as I mentioned, the Smithsonian Spark Lab, that's also fairly new. And within the last couple years, we've planted probably about 60 some trees around the site. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of new trees that'll bloom throughout the year. So visitors can always see something new and pretty here.
You know, without the assistance of the Fort Myers CRA, both in terms of the tax increment financing incentives, but also the assistance that they gave through the process of getting our permits and our entitlements, we wouldn't have decided to move forward with the projects that we're working on within the CRA area. You know, it really provided the ability to build something that made the numbers work for us, and then actually just getting through navigating the process with the city and the building department. It was really instrumental in getting the projects underway.
Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency. Growing businesses, rebuilding communities, redesigning Fort Myers for the future.
Hi, I'm Dr. Simone Mitchell, principal of the historic Dunbar Community School. Our doors are open to students ages 16 and older who would like to earn a GED diploma or improve communication skills through our English as a Second Language program. Dunbar Community School also offers career assistance upon graduation. For a better future, enroll today and let our experienced faculty staff help you reach your goals. For additional information or to tour our campus, you may visit our website, find us on social media, or call the school at 239-334-2941, and together we will cultivate a mindset for success.
Southwest Florida, welcome to the award-winning Lee Pitts Live, and of course I'll be Lee Pitts, and you're probably wondering where in Southwest Florida is Lee Pitts Live today. Well, we're at the Edison and Ford Winter Estates, a spectacular setting indeed. That water over our shoulder is the magnificent Caloosahatchee Bridge. We're here in Fort Myers for those who are looking at us around the country. Fort Myers is located in the southwest quadrant of the state of Florida. This is called the River District, and the Edison and Ford Estates is somewhere in the winter where they stayed during that time when they were collaborating, and we'll learn more about that in a future show when we talk to representatives from Edison and Ford Winter Estates. Trivia question: who is the one person in Southwest Florida who could summons up the leadership of one Delta Sigma Theta sorority Fort Myers alumni chapter in a finger snap? Well, you're looking at him, Lee Pitts, and that's what I have right here. I just snapped my finger, and the next thing you know, they were on the property behind the scenes of Edison Ford Winter Estates. So without further ado, let's get a chance to meet the illustrious president of the chapter, Captain Bruno. Captain, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's always good to get you here. Now, you're a famed attorney, really busy. How do you let Lee Pitts have so much power to snap his finger and get you out of that law office?
Let me tell you, when you call, we come. That's all we know.
I'll tell you, you guys are like an army athlete with a delta. When the deltas put their mind to something, you could change the world. Is that sort of like within y'all 5-point thrust, y'all always trying to make a difference in society in general and in Fort Myers in particular?
That is what we are about. Social action, having an impact on the community, and making a difference is all we do. Okay, let's get a chance to meet them. I'll meet them on my own. You're going to tell us who you are and what your role is within the sorority.
My name is Nikita Watson. I am chair of the Founders Day Committee.
Okay.
My name is Michelle Hilton Terry, and I'm the first vice president for the sorority.
And also the
CRA director for the city of Fort Myers.
We got heavy hitters here. Let's make sure we get to know you as the new school that's opening.
Yes, I am principal of the newest school in Lee County, Gateway High School.
Okay, and of course right here we got the legend, past president and a whole lot of stuff. My good friend Chris Rummy. Chris, you don't miss any Lee Pitts Live stuff. You were there when Hodges University named the student union after me. I remember.
Always been with Lee. I'm Chris Rummings, and I am the journalist and also a part of Founders Day Committee.
Okay. And Chris, I want you to know I'm loving that hairstyle.
Thank you.
All right. So we are gathered here, ladies and gentlemen, to compliment the sorority on television on the great job that they did with their first annual peppermint ball and awards, and it was spectacular. Black tie affair, and of course I was in my tuxedo made by Georgia Design. I'm still just in heaven from that great gala. Tell our TV audience what am I talking about?
So this past Saturday on the 14th, we had our first annual Peppermint Ball and Award Ceremony. This was an opportunity for us to bring in the holidays and close out the year by recognizing individuals and organizations that share in our vision and implement our 5 programmatic thrust. And it was a wonderful, wonderful event.
Right, and there were, and it was a surprise who were the honorees. Even the honorees didn't know who the honorees were until we got behind closed doors, and I go like, oh, okay. I'm going to put you on the spot before you get to the main honoree, but let's name the other people who were honored as well. When I say other, that means probably I'm just on it. Go ahead.
So one of our thrusts is economic development, and Tracy Galloway and Sam Galloway were honored with their work and dedication they do to the community through the community co-op. Another one of our honorees was under the International Awareness and Involvement Thrust, and that was Dr. Peter Denui for what he does through the African Network of Southwest Florida and working with Africa Corps with the Adoptive Village in Africa project. Another one of our honorees was under the Physical and Mental Health Thrust, which was none other than Diane Spears, the Director of Nursing at Lee Memorial Hospital, who's always in the community doing work in terms of health in the community and different programs. And we also honored Karen Nathan, who is the founder of Progressive Women of Southwest Florida, brings us Progressive Women's Day, brings us issues that we need to discuss under the Social Action Thrust. And we had two other honorees who encompass all of our thrust, Mayor Randall Henderson, as well as Mr. James Middlebrooks.
There you go. So, did you forget somebody?
I sure did.
Go ahead. Oh, so surprised.
So we are pleased to present to you, Mr. Lee Pitts, a Ruby Award for Educational Development, and it says, the Fort Myers Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated presents you with the Ruby Award, Mr. Lee Pitts. Thank you for your dedication and service to the citizens of Lee County and the area of educational development. The chairperson of this event was Angelette Arias and also signed by me, December 14th, 2019, the Peppermint Ball.
Oh my goodness, look people, I finally got an award from DST. Let me give you guys a quick story before we wrap it up. Thanks for this. I'm so honored, especially knowing that it came from a brain trust like you guys who actually can look out into the community and you don't just lightly grab anybody. You give it a lot of thought. And for me to get my first award in education, and in terms of education development, in terms of what our television show does, is just spectacular because I told Kathy before off cameras, that my mom always wanted me to be an educator, Chris. And throughout life, I've achieved a few things in life. I, went on to become a Hall of Fame swimming instructor and an award-winning television talk show host, and of course a senior vice president of a bank. And my mom would always just kind of like, we ain't gonna be a teacher. Nothing fazed my mom. She's still alive and she's doing well in her 80s. Nothing fazed my mom. She had these high standards. I just want one of my children to be a school teacher, she would say. And when we would be sitting around eating dinner after church, she would say, at least one of, we had 7 kids, my mom was raising by herself in her housing project. She would say, I was about 7 then, she would say, I want one of my children to be an educator. And she would kind of stare at me over there. I'm like 7 years old, all these big other ones. And then nobody else became an educator until now. Mom, I'm an educator. It's official. The ladies of Delta Sigma Theta have crescented me with this television show and said that I have been educating people. So, Mom, it's official now. You can relax. One of your children did become an educator. How about that, Michelle? How you like that story?
Congratulations, Lee. You deserve it.
All right. Say something to my mom.
He is awesome. He is educating Southwest Florida, and he's been doing it for a long time. This recognition is long overdue.
All right. The principal, say something to my mom. Tell him I'm a real educator.
Mom, you are a smart woman. We need more educators, and Mr. Pitts, had he been a teacher, would have changed the face of education, but right now he is an educator.
All right. And Kathy, tell her about, Chris, tell her when I was teaching kids to swim, that's education too, right?
It sure is, Mom. And we thank you for holding us in such high esteem. We wish the world would think more of educators.
Mm-hmm. So, Mom, I did do it. I made you proud. And ladies, thanks for helping me to make my mom proud and also to receive this recognition for a long time here of service from the the top organization in Southwest Florida. It is a huge honor. I worked hard, and I'm thankful for this, and I'm humbled and appreciative of that. Final marks by you, Madam President.
Mom, I got to tell you, Mr. Pitts, he educates hundreds and thousands of people here in Southwest Florida and throughout the country. So we thank him for bringing us the information, letting us know what's going around in our community, and making sure that we stay awoke and we know what's going on. So he's educating us every single day. Thank you for what you did to bring us, Mr. Pitts.
Thank you. And Mom, the political season is upon us, and one of their 5-point thrusts is political awareness, and I'll be doing some shows on that. That falls under education. Al, you can get ready now. So for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those who are doing it. We'll see you.
Like Mr. Lee Pitts.
Hi, I'm Eric Johnson, pastor of New Life Worship Center, founder of the New Life Academy.
And I'm First Lady Denise Johnson, principal of New Life Academy, with over 30 years of experience. My specialties are ESC, working with students with disability, ESOL, and I'm a reading specialist.
We are very excited about the success of New Life Academy, a private Christian school started in 2013. We have seen academics accelerate, character develop, and spiritual lives soar.
We have a positive environment where every child is loved and receives special attention according to their needs.
We have prayer every morning, and chapel is weekly.
New Life Academy is certified by the state of Florida and has scholarships available through Step Up for Students and McKay Foundation.
Visit our website.
Call us and set up a tour.
Have you or a loved one been the victim of crime at an apartment complex or shopping mall or nightclub? If you think that crime could have been prevented, then you may have a case. Call me, Attorney Joe North, at 239-337-1191.
In Southwest Florida, a baby is born every 9.5 minutes. False. In Lee County, a family gets a new puppy every 9.5 minutes. False. In America, a person is infected with HIV every 9.5 minutes. Unfortunately, true. Learn the truth about HIV. Be positive you're negative. Get tested. If you are positive, get treated. For more information about testing and treatment, contact the McGregor Clinic in Fort Myers, 334-9555.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. We're so thrilled to have a distinguished city councilman, the chair of the Fort Myers CRA, Community Redevelopment Agency, longtime friend of mine on the show, Fred Burson. Fred, welcome to Lee Pitts Live. Let's bump you in.
Thank you so much.
Fred, when I tell people longtime friend of mine, they don't know me. You probably go back over 25 years, don't we?
We do go back over 25 years. And you know, the one thing I wanted to do today was to publicly thank you for all the swimming lessons that you gave the children in the city of Fort Myers, not only for the recreational value, but for the fact that you may have saved many lives over the years just by having taught swimming. So Thank you very much.
So people, you need to know that during those early days when I was in the early 90s, when I was teaching swimming over at the Stars Complex, Fred was very instrumental in making things run smoothly for me over there. Fred, at the time you worked, what was your title at that time? Do you recall?
At the time, I was the administrator of the Stars program. Walt Wesley ran the complex, and I was the coordinator between the Lee County School Board, the City of Fort Myers, and the Fort Myers Police Department.
Okay.
Keeping those at-risk children out of trouble.
Now, how do you collaborate with the developers who might come to the community?
Well, the developers that seek to come to the City of Fort Myers, if they're in one of those three areas, they approach us. And if there's a need for financial assistance, we offer that through tax rebate on their ad valorem taxes.
Mm-hmm. When we see a person like you who's a city councilman, then changing hats and being on the community redevelopment board, how does that differ from being a city councilman?
Well, the biggest difference is, you know, the city council votes just basically on procedures and policy. But as a CRA board, we actually make a decision on who qualifies for tax rebate and for the amount of rebate that they are to receive, and over the length of time that they're going to receive it.
Just in general, when we talk about tax rebates, and tax increments, and ad valorem taxes, a layman sitting there might say, well, how does that impact me as a regular, everyday, walk-around person? Tell us how the Community Redevelopment Agency impacts or benefits the average, everyday person in the city.
Well, there's some residential developments that are going in the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Redevelopment area. And they're apartment complexes, high-end apartment complexes. And what we're able to do is offer them a tax rebate to make it more affordable for those that living in that area. And it allows them to come out, build a project at today's high market rates, and then be able to rent it for less than they would normally rent for, to offer it to the citizens. That's on the residential side, and we do the same for commercial. A business wanting to go into one of those areas, we can inspire them to do so by encouraging them, by giving them a rebate.
Is it fair to say that when I read surveys or reports that identified this, Fort Myers is one of the great places to live, and some magazines and newspapers say it's the #1 place to vacation and to retire and all those types of things, the fact that we have a strong community redevelopment agency driving down cost of living and certain price points as it relates to housing or business startups and things of that nature, does that also, they take all that into consideration?
Well, I'm sure they do, because it's one of the things that makes Fort Myers desirable. Even if they don't do it directly, it's an indirect effect by wanting people to relocate to Fort Myers.
We have Sharon, Michelle Hilton Terry as the Community Redevelopment Agency Executive Director. The community is very proud of her. What's the thoughts of the committee about her work?
I got to tell you, she's done an excellent job. I love Michelle, and she's a very hardworking, intelligent woman, and she's very ambitious, and you're going to see a lot of good things come out of the CRA because of her.
When we look at the downtown River District area here in the city of Fort Myers, it just seems to be exciting times all throughout in terms of development, in terms of activities, downtown walks, art festivals, and things of that nature. You and I go back enough to remember when it was sleepy downtown, right? What did you ever visualize that the city of Fort Myers would come alive the way it has? And to that end, the CRA plays a major role in that, doesn't it?
The CRA played a major role. A lot of the businesses that are now down here, the hotel, and a few of the apartment complexes and other businesses, they're here as a result of the CRA. And if it hadn't been for the CRA, we may still be a sleepy downtown.
So we're not trying to be sleepy anymore, are we?
No, sir. Is this not a beautiful setting we're in today?
It's excellent. We're here for people who just joined us. I'm sitting here talking to the esteemed City Councilman Fred Burson for the City of Fort Myers, and also the chair of this Community Redevelopment Agency. We're sitting at Edison Ford Winter Estates. We're here with the beautiful Caloosahatchee River in the background.
It's gorgeous.
And of course, this is just fabulous. And just coming here, the whole process of the customer service and how everybody here was so excited to have Lee Pitts live on the property for the next 4 weeks was exciting. And to actually have a person of your stature to come out and talk about the great work that our Community Redevelopment Agency is doing, just as an additional icing on the cake.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Got one more question for you, Fred. If you had a crystal ball and you were looking at 5 years out for the city of Fort Myers, and all this is related to the Community Redevelopment Agency too, what would people be surprised that it may even look like 5 years from now?
We're going to have a tremendous amount of growth in the next 5 years. There's several very large projects that we have approved for some substantial rebates that haven't even come out of the ground yet. And it will be very exciting as they're completed over the next 5 years.
It sounds like, based on what you're saying, developers, entrepreneurs, business people, people, companies in general, have their eyes on the city of Fort Myers all around the country, looking down on us.
You know, we do. For several reasons. We have sunshine, we have great weather, but in addition to that, we have low taxes, and these tax rebates help encourage businesses to come. And also, by offering these rebates on these residential homes, affordable financing, low rates, why wouldn't you want to live here?
Outstanding. I couldn't have said it better myself. Fred, let me bump you out.
Yes, sir.
You survived it. We'll get you back in the future, okay?
Thank you so much.
Right.
I appreciate it.
All right, stay right there. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Fred Burson and all the fine people at the Community Redevelopment Agency who are doing it. We'll see you next week on Lee Pitts Live.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.